What's going on, everyone? It's time to talk about Final Destination 2, the second one in the Final Destination franchise, obviously. So, it's released by New Line Cinema, January 31st, 2003. It was produced by Warren Zod and Greg Perry. It was written by Jim McKay, or Jim McKay Gruber and Eric Bress, and it's directed by David R. Ellis, who would go on to direct the Final Destination. But he also did Snakes on the Plane, Shark Night, and Cellular. It's at a box office earnings of $90.9 million, the lowest amount of all the Final Destination films. But this was probably the best one. So, Final Destination 2. Well, a nuisance death is back and lurking around again as these friends are going on a road trip or whatever, and the driver of the vehicle, she has a premonition of she could see the big catastrophic crash coming, and so she tries to prevent it, and sure enough it happens, and death comes back to get the ones that managed to avoid dying in this big collision. And the scene, it's pretty much plot for plot as the first one. A little more elaborate deaths and stuff though, and a little more amusing death scenes throughout. Yeah, I enjoy this one as much as the first one. There's not really much that I'd change about it. I love the opening scene. This has one of the most memorable opening scenes in this film. Actually scared a lot of people of logging trucks and stuff with the opening scene. It was done practically, and it looks fantastic. The acting is really good in this too, and they do a good job of trying to tie it somewhat together with the original, where they look back into it, and also some of them were in the area of where the first one took place. So yeah, it kind of has a good repetition going, and they definitely thought of the deaths a little more elaborately in this one, and it definitely pushed it even further. And yeah, overall, I thought this one was good. This one has more of a mystery element to it. I find feels more like a thriller mystery than a horror film. But overall, I think this film um, is on par with the first one. So I enjoy it. I don't really have very many complaints. Some of the side characters and stuff were kind of, you could tell, were just there for killing off death's sake, but for the most part, it was still worth a good watch. I loved this one as much as the first, so yeah. Besides the great opening scene, obviously the cinematography, acting, and everything's all good in this one as well. It hasn't gone down yet, so but maybe add a little more gore into it. That'll make it a little more interesting and a little more colorful. But other than that, this film is really good as well. So I'm going to give this one a 4.5 out of 5 as well, just like the first one. So yeah, and make sure if you want to check it out or relive it, I'll link the trailer down below so you can check that out down below. But also make sure you check out my Instagram. That's where I always post clips of films and review in the future on my story. Use the film title hashtag and subject of film and hashtag so you're aware of it. Also, my letterbox is down below at AP reviews. After I post my first star rating, we have to watch the films. And Twitter's down below. Reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms to stay in the loop with this channel. Like this video, share some more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. Let me know what your favorite Final Destination film is, and also let me know if you want to do the rest of the sequels sooner rather than later in the comments as well. Yeah. So, but also make sure if you have any other films or film franchise in any genre, comment those down below too. And if they're on any streaming service, yeah, that's not a problem. So comment them down below. Try my best to get to them as soon as I can. And if I can find them, make sure you subscribe. Hopefully find something weird, obscure, and all they probably never thought checking out together. And also so hear my opinions on popular films, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell because, well, we're always going to talk about the third Final Destination. And using death, man, it just keeps coming. Yeah, in the next review. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for, obviously, Death the Nuisance guy. Honestly, causing trouble and making our lives miserable. And yeah, I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. So until then, cheers, adios.